Hi, I'm Kim Holmes out of New York City, New York. I rep Harlem, New York, and been in this scene for almost 25 plus years. Um, and I can say I represent three crews: Dance Fusion, Full Circle, and the number one when we first started was Culture Shock Posse with Marjorie Smart. My grandmother put me in dance at the age of 4. She said all little girls needed grace and discipline. And I attended a school called Sounds and Motions, which was located on 125th Street and Lenox Avenue in Harlem. I would say around 10, 11, African Bambaataa. We were doing a big block party for friends and family, every summer where I lived at, and it was one of his songs that was playing, and I seen all these kids doing, like breaking and electric boogaloo and so many different styles of dance, and I was still doing like jazz and modern and African, so that's how I got involved in it from that age. A lot of it was during talent shows at school. That's where you really seen like all the kids, try to do something of their own. So it was either block parties, family parties, or a talent show at school. A lot of it for me was either the Chuck Davis African dance. I started with him with one of my teachers, Kathy Yelverton and Al Smith. So they came out of his dance company and wanted to start something for their own, and it was called the Repertory Dance Company of East Harlem. And I had auditioned. It was my first audition at 11. I was in the 6th grade, and I was really nervous about it because it was my very first one, and I made it. And being able to be in that was really like a big self-esteem thing for me. Built up my confidence and made me understand what it was being a female, but also that I can be able to go forward in doing something that was different to the ordinarily ballet and jazz classes. I also, my Judith Jameson out of Alvin Ailey, just his whole way of looking at what it was for black dance. Marjorie, I had seen her was practicing with a girl group at my high school, which I attended at the time. It was called Manhattan Center for Science and Mathematics. And she had came to the school helping another group of girls. And the girls I was dancing with, I was just like, it was cool, but I wanted something more. I wanted something else that was challenging to me because I was already in the dance program. So I had seen her, and I had went over, being bold, and was just like, I want to dance with your crew. And she was just like, can you dance? And I was like, yes. And, you thinking you know so much, at a young age. And I was like 14 at the time. And my audition set was The Running Man at the time. And I'll never forget it. And she had me do it, but she had me do it with turns. So I was just like, oh, this is a little challenging for me. But you know what? I'm going to still go forward with it. And then we have became friends ever since then. And going around to see the different crews during Harlem Week. That was a big thing for us. And then she, exposed me to the different club scene at a young age, which I wouldn't tell people to go do now. But that's how I found out about house and, bumped into, who we know as now as E. Joe Wilson and the Brian Greens and Frank Thomas and Adesolas and Docs and Voodoo Ray and, and Buddha Stretch. So, through her, I was opened up to a lot of different people in the scene. Spiritually, when you're walking in this stuff, it was my gift. And as much as I had wanted to stop myself, it seemed like I would always find somebody else that would come around and say, like, you inspire me. You can't stop, or, you're so creative and you're so good. And I had to really sit back down with myself and figure out, why do I do it? Why am I in it? And that was a period for me to really understand what I was given. So, in my training now, it was just like, I can't stop because there's other people that I have to, share this gift with, and understanding that somebody did it for me and and came before me doing it. So why am I stopping now? Just because other people have other dreams and aspirations, this has done this much for you, and I've been able to see the world and raise a child and still give back, and I'm still able to do it. That's the other thing. It's some days it's a little challenging, but when you're great at what you do and you love it, you keep going forward in it. Discipline, never take life for granted. You are replaceable. Just when you think that you have reached that, epitome for dance, and it's just like, nope, somebody else is coming. There's somebody that's always, better, but you are unique in what you have to offer. Patience. You can be running so fast and running and doing nothing. And really understanding that the gift comes from you. So when you're opened and you're able to really share it from a positive place in the way you look at life, it expands so much more. A lot of it with the fundamentals, I think that we have gotten away from it and forgotten how to just have fun, and enjoy it. As much as, things are changing, and, it's 41 years old now, which people thought they wouldn't be around for this long. It was just a phase that we look at in life. But it's been able to heal. It's been able to, get people to understand what culture is, and what, as a kid, what you can do and going forward, and then becoming an adult in it. It's like a rites of passage for, many people. And I think the basis for me is knowing that it comes from party dancing. You forgot how to party. You forgot how to understand what the music's about. Why did we come together? And it's a joyous thing. But then also the other morals and values and basics of what dance is to us. It's about release. It's about healing. It's about even helping the body get stronger, and mentally the things that go along with it. So it has its own dialogue. I came right out of high school and went on tour with an artist. His name was Lucas. And it was funny because they were looking for all guys to go on the tour. And something didn't work out, and I got a chance to go as the only female dancer. And I was just like, wow, I've gotten picked to go on the tour. And my very first one. And it was an honor for me, and being able to say, okay, inner city kid, leaving, and you're leaving for like 3-4 months to go travel to dance, and it's just like, wow, this is really big. I'm a part of something that's bigger than me, and didn't even understand it. It does have, vocabulary, just like ballet has, just like jazz has. We do have fundamentals. We do have things that really help you be an educated person about your craft and the form of dance that we teach. You have so many different scenes that everybody's right now trying to connect to be famous, instead of being the artist and understanding what you play, what parts you play in your artistry, and being able to bring that story to life, being able to bring those words to life, And I think because we have come to a place that everybody's trying to be that money maker, instead of just saying, okay, no, I just want to dance. I just want to be a part of the dance. I want to learn how to move. And as it's evolved from when I started, the videos have changed tremendously. They don't dance as much. I don't know what's going on right about now, where, the underground culture right now is even in a change, right? And we have to get back to learning how to listen to the music. The soul of the music is not there. So we have to find, real DJs that are bringing that back, or just being able to allow people to create on different levels. So it will bring us to a point of saying, okay, I can move from my soul and my spirit than actually dancing from a generic place. I remember when I watched a lot of different, break dancers, for me it was, you could see the love in what they were doing, and knowing that it is like an art of war for them. But as they're going into it, you see the joy, you see the happiness, you see what they're fighting for. And as they get in the music and stuff and then go into their freezes and stuff, you see a different way of the dance. And because it's evolved on and it's going so rapidly, you know, the time is moving so quickly, now people don't understand the work that has to happen before you get there. It's not a microwave type of work. You have to do the work, unless you get hurt or you get washed away with everybody else, you know, and it'll change on you that quick. How can you withstand being in it, you know, through the storms and through trials and tribulations or injuries or whatever, and be able to say, no, I'm still standing, I'm still here. Don't give up, you know, take the step. And it's only fear, you know, that's trying to keep you captive, or looking at it like, you know, you don't have to be the best when you step in class. You know, you're going to class to learn, and I think we've gotten away from that concept. Class is to learn. Class is to be educated. Class is to mess up. You know, you're not supposed to come in there like, oh, I already know this. But so then it's just like, why are you here? You're not coming to learn. You're not coming to be open-minded and be able to go to a new level within the dance. There's always something that we're learning as even just humans on any level. And for people that want to get into it, I would say, you know, there's so many different levels of dance. There's so many different genres of dance. Pick one. Pick just one, you know, and go in and test the waters. If you don't test it out, you'll never know. You know, you'll still be sitting on the bench, or you'll still be sitting at home saying, I wish I could have, should have. And that time lapses, and either you're gaining weight, people are getting older, or you just find out that you don't want to do it anymore. But take the step, you know. It's like anything in life. If you don't take the step to go and do it, who can you blame? Can't blame anybody else but yourself. And do your research behind it. Do your research to find out the right teachers. You know, because everybody is not a teacher. You know, we have now all these people that are master teachers and master trainers, and you've been doing this for 6 months. Like, for real? Like, your personality allowed you to be able to be here. How much work have you done? How well do you speak to your students in class? What are they learning? How long have you been educated in this to say, okay, I have been told that I can teach this class. What is your certification at? You know, have the elders even said it's okay for you to go? You know, and even if it's not written on paper, you know, you have somebody else that knows you or can back you and say, oh yeah, that's the person you should go and learn from, because they will be able to train you in the best, you know, and you'll be able to understand dance in a different way. You know, it's not just about the movement.